All These Pretty Things is the title of my new album, which I recorded in New York City. The album has come out of a one-woman show that I was developing, and the show was based around having gone through a major upheaval and major life change with a divorce happening in midlife. The show is about that entire process. It's about learning how to come back to yourself and feel okay in your own skin and actually love yourself. And so the music takes you on this journey of basically what happened over it's over a 25-year period. I never imagined that I would find myself living in New York City. The past 20 years I've been in the Blue Mountains, in the middle of a beautiful World Heritage National Park, and yet here I am in one of the densest, most populated cities in the world. But this place has brought me back to life. It's a place where I've been able to reinvent myself. New York seems to attract a lot of creatives. And for me, just being here, being surrounded by other musicians, my peers, I can feel the creativity in the particles in the air outside. Here it's a sense of a driving creative force that just wants me to keep on working. And I've been able to work with people that I used to listen to play on albums and admire so much and think, wow, imagine if I could play with that person or even meet that person. And being here has opened up that entire world to me. I feel incredibly fortunate that I could do that at this time of my life. I think I went out 6 nights a week when I first came here, and I would go to 3 venues a night and hear different shows, and I became really addicted to particular musicians that I wouldn't miss every week. Josh Dion is an absolute monster behind the drum kit. He plays a kind of jazz metal, and I thought, how can I use Josh Dion in my music, which is not jazz metal in any way, but he can adapt to any style, and having him play was an absolute joy. I was thrilled to have Tony Sher accept my invitation to be the bass player on my album. He's played on albums of so many of my heroes, albums that I've had in my car playing over and over for years. And here he is on my album with his most beautiful, incredible, warm, electric and acoustic bass sound. I'd never heard Luca Benedetti until I came to New York. He blew me away. There was something about the economy of his playing that could mix in with a whole band. How can I add guitar? I knew the music needed it, and Luca was the absolute perfect choice. I thought that I could perhaps run this myself in the studio and produce it, and then Luca suggested John Coward. I knew that John would be right, so I immediately called John and he agreed. And apart from some gorgeous string arrangements for a couple of the songs, he plays Hammond organ on a lot of the tracks, and his contribution lifted everything into a whole other place. Zach Brock was a must from the word go. He was one of the first musicians I met when I came to New York City. And from the minute I met him, I said, I'd love you to play on some of my songs. And he gave me a huge beaming smile and answered me back with, I would love to do that. I remember doing a demo in the Blue Mountains where I was living with a friend of mine there who's got a studio, and I said, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm going to New York. I don't know what's happening. I don't know was just what I'd say all the time. And he said, I know. He said, you're going to go over there and you're going to record an album and you're going to play with the best players in the world. It was an experience that I'm so grateful for. I'm so grateful that I was able to bring myself here. And I'm so grateful that my life changed to even be here. To have